It began in the 19th century, long before football became the beating heart of these cities. Liverpool was the jewel of England's maritime trade, a thriving port city with bustling docks connecting Britain to the world. Manchester, just 35 miles away, was the powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution, its cotton mills churning out textiles that fueled Britain's economic might. The two cities coexisted uneasily until 1894, when the Manchester Ship Canal was completed. Suddenly, Manchester's merchants no longer had to rely on Liverpool's docks to export their goods. The canal diverted business away from Liverpool, sparking outrage in the port city. This economic rivalry stoked a sense of resentment and competition that would only deepen over time. As the 20th century dawned, another force began to rise: football. Liverpool FC was founded in 1892, while Manchester United, then known as Newton Heath, had been playing since 1878. It wasn't long before these two clubs became symbols of their city's pride, turning the industrial rivalry into a fierce sporting contest. The rise of footballing dominance. The 1960s saw both clubs rise to prominence on the national and international stage. Liverpool, under the guidance of Bill Shankly, became a force to be reckoned with, winning league titles and European trophies with a team built on discipline and passion. Meanwhile, Manchester United, led by the charismatic Sir Matt Busby, climbed their way to the summit of European football, culminating in their historic European Cup victory in 1968. But this success was tinged with tragedy. Just a decade earlier, in February 1958, the Munich air disaster had claimed the lives of 8 Manchester United players and 15 others. The crash devastated the club, but from the ashes, Busby rebuilt a team that would honour their lost teammates by reaching the pinnacle of European football. For United fans, Munich became a sacred chapter in their history, a symbol of resilience and unity. Liverpool fans too experienced their share of heartbreak. In April 1989, an FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest at Hillsborough Stadium, a crush in the overcrowded stands, led to the deaths of 97 fans. It was a tragedy born of negligence, a moment of profound loss that scarred the club and its supporters forever. Hillsborough became a rallying cry for justice and solidarity, a wound that remains raw to this day. When tragedies became weapons. While both clubs have mourned their losses with dignity, a dark undercurrent emerged in the rivalry. A minority of fans began to use these tragedies as ammunition in their taunts. Some United fans mocked the Hillsborough disaster with chants of "always the victims," while a minority of Liverpool fans referenced Munich with grotesque chants and banners. These moments are a stain on the rivalry, condemned by the majority of supporters on both sides. Yet they highlight the bitterness that can fester in a rivalry as intense as this one. The modern battle. As the Premier League era began, Manchester United surged ahead, winning 13 league titles under Sir Alex Ferguson. Ferguson famously declared his mission to knock Liverpool off their perch, a reference to Liverpool's record of 18 league titles at the time. United eventually overtook the record, but Liverpool's resurgence under Jurgen Klopp, including their long-awaited 19th league title in 2020, reignited the competition. The rivalry today is about more than just football. It's a clash of identities, of histories, and of pride. Liverpool, the city of rebellious spirit and maritime tradition, faces Manchester, the industrial innovator, with its grit and determination. Their football clubs embody these traits, making every match a battle not just for points, but for bragging rights that echo across generations. A legacy of rivalry. At its best, the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United is a celebration of two great footballing institutions pushing each other to greater heights. At its worst, it's a reminder of how passion can boil over into hatred, with tragic events weaponized by those who forget the human cost of those moments. But for most fans, the tragedies of Munich and Hillsborough are sacred. They remind us that football is more than a game, it's a shared experience that unites and divides, that brings joy and heartbreak, but above all, that tells the story of who we are. In the end, the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United is a story of two cities, two clubs, and two communities forever linked by history, tragedy, and an unrelenting desire to be the best.